Konnichiwa. Watashi no name wa Brendan. That was Japanese for hello. My name is Brendan. Currently, I am bilingual. I am fluent in English and Spanish, and I'm seeking to become fluent in Japanese as well. There are many benefits to learning other languages. Some of those include that it will help you see the world, it will make you a more marketable person while looking for a job, and it even improves many functions of the brain. So obviously, I don't think I need to tell anyone here that if you learn the language of a place that you want to visit, you'll have an easier time going there. That's just common knowledge. But did you know that it could also increase the chances that you may be able to visit that place? For example, my dad is an electrician. He knows a very small amount of Spanish, except he has been sent to Mexico multiple times on business trips from his company because he was the only person who was qualified to go who knew any amount of Spanish whatsoever. You may be thinking, like, that's a business trip. How much could you have really seen? But in a study by Bridge Street, they said that nearly 90% of correspondents said that they had ample time to explore the city in which they were visiting while on a business trip. My dad was one of those people, as he actually met my mom while he was on one of those business trips. So if it weren't for the little bit of Spanish that my dad knows, me and my siblings would not exist today. And speaking of people who may not be here today, all of us have met at least one foreign exchange student in our life. They also only had their opportunities to go and visit new areas because they knew a new language. And study abroad programs are not very utilized by Americans. We are one of the least likely countries to have students in study abroad programs, but it's very common for people to come here on their programs. Michelle Obama once said, while she was speaking at a school in China, that study abroad programs are a vital part of American foreign policy because it helps us understand a new culture and learn new ways. There are hundreds of institutions spread across dozens of countries all around the world that offer study abroad programs. So if there's anywhere you'd like to visit, there's a good chance that you could go live there for a semester. In addition to study abroad programs, there are also intern, teaching, and volunteer abroad programs that are offered by many different institutions around the world. Universities UK, in a study by Universities UK, it was found that graduates who studied abroad at some point during their college career were 25% more likely to find a job in their field within 6 months than those who did not study abroad. Many of us here are probably in college because we want it to be easier to find a good and well-paying job. And on that note, learning a new language can also help you in that field. As the world becomes more globalized, the need for people who speak multiple languages within nearly every type of company across the globe also rises. Depending on the workplace and depending on the language, you can see a raise in your hourly rate of between an average of 5 to 20%, which some of you may not quite understand how much that can be, like 5 to 20%. That doesn't click with everyone. But Robert Greene of The Economist has done all of the calculations and studies himself, and he says that on average, learning another language can earn you $70,000 throughout a career. A study by NewAmericanEconomy.org has found that over the past 5 years, the amount of companies that are looking for bilingual or trilingual people has over doubled, and it is still increasing. Another thing that, another benefit of learning multiple languages, a much lesser known one, is it can help increase many functions of your brain. The Netherlands Organization of Scientific Research has found that learning another language leads to better memory and allows you to process new information easier. The University of California ran a study on older people who were suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's, and they found that those who are bilingual tend to get it much further into their life than those who are not bilingual. Many studies have shown that people who speak multiple languages do better on standardized tests than those who don't, because learning a new language opens your mind to new ways of thinking. There has also been studies shown that people have somewhat different personalities and ways of thinking depending on whether they're going through the problem in their native language or a foreign language. There was one general in the UK who said he speaks English to his soldiers, French to women, and German to his horse, because he found that different languages are better suited for different types of conversations. So, in conclusion, there are countless more benefits of learning different languages than what I have stated today. But if you want to see the world, if you want to get a job easier or increase the size of your paycheck, or if you just want to make your brain a little bit bigger, you should learn a new language soon.